It's the Gang Spitter. Y'all subscribe, like, share the video. The more and more the news talk and the police talk, the more and more this young Scooter story don't make no sense. And then when it do make a little sense, it's given that young Scooter was set up. That's the bam bam. From how the news breaking it down now, it's given that young Scooter was set up. Because if they saying a female called, lied saying she been held hostage, they was letting off shots and she got drugged back into the house, that means ain't no neighbors called. It wasn't nobody looking outside calling 911 saying they seen all this go down. Or it wasn't no neighbors calling saying they heard shots get let off. Because we ain't heard no neighbors make no statements. We ain't heard no neighbors talk to the news or nothing. They ain't said the neighbors called the police or nothing. So when they get there and everything unfold, and it ain't no female there, they don't find no shell cases. Yeah, he was lined up. Because it didn't never make no sense that if young Scooter in the house and it's his birthday, first of all, why would he be into it with a female on his birthday? That don't make no sense. And he had to do all that on his birthday? Nah, on your birthday, you ain't on negative vibes. You ain't trying to argue. You'll be trying to get some money. And then later on that night, you're going to turn up for the party. Now, there are reasons why they have a female call the police and tell a lie like that, knowing who young Scooter is, it's his birthday, knowing what he's worth and all that there. Only thing I can think of is Scooter was at their house and there was a lot of narcotics in there. And they knew the type of person that young Scooter is. So if he over there with a book bag, it could be full of pounds. It could be a brick or two. Because we got to understand something. If street dealing with narcotics, it ain't nothing small. It ain't nothing small. So they could have brought a duffel bag over there, doing what they do over there. And nigga need that. So they gonna run this play. They know the type of person that young Scooter is. If the police in the front door, he running out the back door. He gonna run. He probably done been in several trap houses and shit like that happen. They done seen him take off before, or they just know he ain't gonna just sit there. And yeah, they had old girl call with that lie. Police come. They open the door. They play crazy. The person that he was with already knew it was the police that was going to be knocking on the door. Scooter didn't answer the door. Old boy did. Right? He opened the door. Maybe he didn't expect Scooter to pass away from that. Maybe he didn't expect that. Because when that happened, now the police everywhere. Now homicide detectives coming out there, or them detectives like that, they searching the whole area. Because there's always going to be a red flag to the police or detectives or somebody take off running. Let alone somebody pass away in the process. What you running from? And you're running that hard, you do all that, and you ain't did nothing? Nah, we need to search this whole area. From this house to that house, the woods, all of that. So, who knows if the police found the bag? They ain't releasing the statements. They ain't, letting the news know. Maybe they didn't. Maybe he knew a spot where they ain't gonna find. But like I say, he ain't know young Scooter was gonna pass away doing that. Jumping the fence and he hurting himself like that. And then we looking at the fence. The fence is like a wooded fence. So that's an even more harder fence to jump over. Because it ain't like he can put his foot like a regular fence where you can stick your foot and you can climb it up and then hop over. And then the fence didn't sit low. It had some height on it. So I can see he's scratching up his arms. Now I don't see how he still fucked up his femur and did all that damage with a wooded fence and bled all the way out. Now, yeah, you doing that, you can bleed out heavy, but bleed out like that. Old people break their femur bone and all that shit all the time. And they still don't pass away. You can get shot right there and still don't pass away. So that's why I say, did the police just let him lay there for a long time. The police already out there. So y'all mean to tell me the police just let them run and they ain't even chase them? When they come into a call where somebody just got, where somebody was being held hostage and gunshots were let off, so the police just gonna just sit there and let them run and get their distance and all that there. That's why I don't understand, how did young Scooter bleed out like that? But they saying he made it to the hospital. He was still alive when he was going to the hospital. Made it to the hospital. He passed away there. So ain't no telling what the doctors did. Whatever, you know what I'm saying? Like, they weren't really trying to save him. You never know, but Scooter definitely was set up. I ain't gonna say he was set up to be deleted, because he did that to himself. If it's really about the fence and he didn't get shot, like the news first said, if it's really about the fence, Scooter did that to himself. So it don't really make sense when you got Scooter's son, KB, saying F Atlanta PD. You got Doe B saying F Atlanta PD. Atlanta PD really didn't do nothing wrong. They didn't do nothing wrong. If somebody lying saying, now I'm saying if that's the case, if he really died by the fence, if Atlanta PD get a call saying, from a female saying she been held hostage and they shot at her and drug her back into the house, of course they gonna come. And then y'all was the one who ran. Y'all didn't see what was up. So what would make Scooter run? If you know, if it ain't nothing in the house but a little bit of weed, because they've been smoking, it ain't no guns in the house or nothing, why would you run? You ain't did nothing. You smoking, turn it up, y'all talking shit on the game, whatever, in the studio, chopping it up. You finna dip out. So what would be your reason to run through the back door and jump over 2 wooded fences like you got 4 or 5 bricks in the house, 10, 20 pounds in the house, a gun or 2 in the house, large amounts of cash in the house, lean in the house, stuff like that? That's what'll make you run. If you ain't did nothing, you know you ain't got no warrants. You know you don't have no warrants. You ain't did nothing. You'd have just cleared it up. Yeah, y'all can come. You know, the police gonna say, since they saying it's a hostage, they gonna say, well, can we, come in and see anybody that's in the house? If there's any female here, we got a call from a female saying, you know what I'm saying? They would have shut that down. Nah, we just been chilling. We've been, modulating, smoking a couple blunts. It's my birthday. Yeah, ain't no girl been here. Ain't no girl been here. So they would have then find out. They would have asked the neighbors, did y'all hear any gunshots? No. They'll ask the next door neighbor, did you hear any gunshots? They say no. They ask the other next door neighbor on the other side, did you hear any gunshots? And they say no. There wasn't no gunshots. Did you hear anybody scream or loud commotion? No. And they was outside. So you didn't hear no gunshot. We don't find no shells. They can do the gunpowder test on both of their hands. I don't know if they can do that right then and there, but nah, come on, man. So I don't know if they were setting your Scooter up, because we can't just say that. Or they could have been setting the dude up your Scooter was with, and maybe they didn't know your Scooter was in the house. Maybe the dude that young Scooter was with, he a big dog too. He be having pounds and keys and whatever he have, a lot of money on him, whatever he be having. It could be the other dude that was with Scooter. It could be his girl, one of his side pieces, and they soldier hating. Because that's not young Scooter house. So, it could have been somebody that don't like him or don't rock with him or don't fuck with him. Them not knowing young Scooter there, because it ain't like they gave young Scooter name. When she made that call, she didn't say, young Scooter doing this to me, young Scooter doing that to me, or giving his real name, or nothing like that. But like I say, she could have known. Ain't no telling who he been texting. He could have texted somebody and let it be known young Scooter was over there. He could have went on live, showed young Scooter, could have made a phone call. They heard young Scooter voice, or it's just on him. Like it just focusing on him. They trying to run the play on him. They may want to see him go to jail. He could have put hands on the female, and she want to see him go to jail. She know at that house is always dirty. There's always something in the house. So I'm gonna send the police over there. What can make them come in the house and search? Y'all smoke, so it's gonna smell like smoke. So that's probably a cause. Yeah, they're gonna find a whole bunch of shit in there. You playing with the right one. It could be that, or it could be Scooter issue. But it's something in that type of lining right there. Either young Scooter was set up, a female was hating on him, a little side piece, mad because he ain't been over there, mad because he put hands on her, mad because he been cheating, mad because whatever. Or it could have been dude. It could have been dude issue that he was with. Or it could have been some niggas told the female to do that, and they know it's a lot of work in there. And yeah, and the dude that Scooter was with running the play. Because why would Scooter do that? I know he be saying he'll finesse her and all that stuff, but he ain't finna run no play like that. He ain't finna do all that. So this shit right here don't make no sense. But let's hear what the news had to say.
Right now, an Atlanta rapper is dead after allegedly trying to run from police Friday night. Variety magazine, citing the medical examiner, identifies the rapper as Young Scooter. The 39-year-old appears to have injured his leg after jumping 2 fences. And 10-2's Brian Mims is live in Southeast Atlanta. Brian, this all began with the report of gunfire.
That's right. Police were called to this house here on William Nye Drive behind me. They say someone called 911 to report shots fired and a woman being dragged inside the home. Officers showed up, knocked on the door, and 2 men ran out the back. Atlanta police say when officers knocked on the door, a man opened it and immediately shut it. 2 men then ran out of the back of the house, police say, but 1 man returned. The other man ran away and jumped.
So that's why I say it could be a setup a little bit. Because if y'all real street niggas and y'all dirty inside the house, you mean to tell me you gonna go to when somebody knock on the door, you gonna walk up to the door and just open it? Y'all ain't got no cameras. Y'all ain't got none of that. Ain't no peephole, no ring camera, nothing. So you just gonna walk to the door, knowing your Scooter in there, and just open it. That's what gives setup vibes. But you a real street nigga though. Who does that? So it could have been the Jack Boys. Y'all would have been, yeah, hit. Nigga motherfucker just knock on the door. It ain't no ghetto knock. It's the police knock. Motherfucker ain't knock on the door and make a beat. Do that bust around beat. Do. Oh yeah. Do. Letting you know it's a nigga. Letting you know it's a nigga. Nah, they ain't do that. They gonna use the back of the flashlight or that stick they carry or some shit like that and tap on the door. And they'll do that because they want it to be loud. So you could be upstairs, especially when it's a house and it's 2 levels. So they gonna tap hard. When you don't come and answer the front door after a couple taps, they'll knock on some windows, tap the window on the side, whatever. Go around the back, unless a fence locked or whatever. You got one of them houses where the fence start at the on the side of the door. I mean, on the side of the house that start in front of the house. So the whole backyard be fenced in. You can walk up to the front without the fence, but the fence start at the side on both sides of the house and go all the way around the back. And it's a tall wooden fence, so you can't unlock it. Ain't like you can reach your hand over or some shit like that. So yeah, Buddy went and answered that door. He knew the police was right there. You ain't gonna look out the blinds or nothing. But y'all real street niggas though. You ain't gonna look out the blinds or nothing. You just gonna open the door and then slam it. So that's why I feel like the dude was in on that play. They ain't said they made no arrest with the dude. When the dude came back, they ain't say they locked him up. Why they ain't lock old boy up? He ran. He fled the scene. It's supposed to be somebody, mugshot all over this shit right here. And who was that girl? The police need to, bring more details out or find out who that girl is. Because she lied. She need to get locked up for lying. And then whatever happened to her, she got to answer to Zone 6. I can't come on here and be like, y'all need to do what y'all need to do to her. I can't do that. But yeah, she need to get seen about. And, y'all get to the bottom of it. What y'all do to her, that's Zone 6 business. That's Little Mexico business, what y'all do. But y'all shouldn't just brush it off. Now that female was the cause of the problem. That female is that female fault. She made the phone call. She was the one. So yeah, if a nigga mad, if a nigga need answers, they need to find out who that female is. It's always about a bitch, man. Especially when it comes to Atlanta. A female always, same thing with Trouble and all that shit there. Come on, man. So yeah, man, like, now y'all already know how I feel. If it's me, yeah, that's all I'm thinking about is that female. So whether, it don't matter what excuse she got, yeah, it is what it is. Whatever, how much prison time come behind that, life sentence, the chair, scooter my round, yeah. Plus I'm already a Little Mexico stepper anyway. Ain't nothing you can say. You lied. So it don't matter if it was the buddy issue because you don't like him or he did something to you. You lied. So fuck that. You got my partner killed, my boss, my best friend, my brother, my cousin, the nigga who helped me make my first 50,000, 100,000, whatever. The nigga who paid for my lawyer. So I gotta do something to you. I'm talking about me, if it's me. I gotta do something to you where I get a felony and I'm facing a lot of time. You gotta be something. It can't just be assault on a female. Yeah, they could be on it, the second or third charge, but it gotta be, yeah. Cause nah, bitch, it's your fault. Then Little Mexico need to investigate on who that dude was Young Scooter was with. And why is you just going to the doors and answering them and doing all the extra shit? Knowing they ain't how street niggas brought up. They don't just go and answer no door, so yeah, that's suspicious right there. That's suspicious. So if Little Mexico need answers, that's where they go to. That nigga and find out who that bitch is. I ain't saying crash out. I ain't saying get rid of them and all that there. If y'all on that, y'all on that. But like I say, y'all do deserve to get some answers.
Officers rendered aid on the scene, and an ambulance took him to Grady Memorial Hospital, where he was pronounced dead. He's identified as 39-year-old Kenneth Bailey, a rapper who goes by the name Young Scooter. Variety magazine says Bailey was a regular presence in Atlanta hip-hop during its commercial boom in the 2010s. The magazine says Bailey decided to pursue a music career after a drug trafficking charge in 2008. Police say Bailey's injuries were not the result of any gunfire. And again, police say those injuries were to his leg. As for a woman being dragged inside the house, police say they were not able to locate any woman. And police say there was no indication that any gunshots were fired. An autopsy is expected to be conducted today. Live in Southeast Atlanta, Brian Mims, Channel 2 Action.
We definitely need to see that autopsy for shit show. But maybe the police not lying. Maybe the police not lying. Because ain't nobody saying, ain't no neighbor saying they heard shots. Somebody at least would have made a video by now. There ain't none of that. So I guess it wasn't no gunshots fired from the police or from them. Because ain't nobody coming out saying, yeah, we heard gunshot, we heard at least 2 shots. None of that. So Young Scooter definitely was set up, or dude was set up, but it's looking like Young Scooter was set up. What's y'all thoughts on this though? That's the only thing, like, ain't too much more after that. All the questions and all the red flags go to the old girl and that dude. Because why would you go to the door and you don't know who it is? You ain't look out the peephole. You ain't look through the blinds. No cameras, no nothing. You just gonna open the door and just slam it. Yeah. Now, I don't know, when they was running, him and Young Scooter was running, and they was beside each other, and Scooter said, nigga, go back. If you go back, that's going to throw them off and give me more time. I'm going to run through these woods, come out on the other side. Then got his phone, he make a phone call, and and jump in one of them and dip. Or they could have went their separate ways. Buddy ain't run towards the fence. Buddy ran another way, through the bag, or whatever he had, and then said, shit, I ain't did nothing. I'm going to go back and, see what they talking about. I'm going to tell them I was scared. I ain't know what y'all here for. I know how the police do and all this stuff. And let them search the house, let them do whatever, and they don't find nothing. Because if Buddy was dirty and they found that, then Buddy would be locked up. Scooter gone, so that's your shit. Why you not locked up and you ran? Like I said, since it's been on his birthday, his family, his kids, his girl, his baby mamas, mama and them, grandma and them, his partners, his rap buddies. Every year when it's Young Scooter birthday, they got to think about this murder right here. Now his homeboys can get a little bit of sleep once they find out the answers to Buddy and who that girl was, and they do what they need to do to make them satisfied. Whether it's just getting the answers, whether it's, committing a felony, whatever. Making a person move, however they go about it. Putting the laws on them. Other than that, it's going to be a sad situation for them every time. Damn. But why is Doe B and Scooter's son, KB, saying F the police? And Blog's lying. Which blogs? What story? They lying about Scooter getting shot? They lying about the fence thing? There's only 2 stories out. Now, he could have been talking about a Pacific blog or Pacific blogs. And they said some shit he ain't like. But why is they saying F the police? The police ain't do nothing. Scooter ran. Scooter jumped that fence. If it's that. If it's that. If it's not, if it's more than that, then yeah, it's F the police. Now, it's F the police anyway if you a real street nigga and all this stuff. That's the mindset you're going to have anyway. But yeah, if it ain't, police just doing their job. So yeah, man, it's nasty work, man. RIP to Young Scooter, RIP the street. Damn. Y'all subscribe to my IG, the_game_spitter. If you got more details on this situation or you got some good thoughts on this, y'all come to my DM. Probably do another video on this. But it ain't too much more to speak on until we get the details on old girl and what dude is. What dude about. His involvement. Shit like that. But besides that, it's sad to say another story gonna take over this Young Scooter story. Because it seemed like he was set up and he did it to himself as far as him running. So it ain't gonna be too much as the weeks to come. It ain't gonna be too much to keep talking about it. When you got Big U, you got Yellow Beezy, you know what I'm saying? That stuff you could just keep talking about every day. But this right here, I can see it. Except Scooter hardcore bloggers, they really fuck with him. They want to keep everybody updated with the story. I can see the story getting pushed to the back a little bit. Because I'm supposed to see way more industry love than what he get. He getting a lot. I ain't seen nothing from Gucci Mane. It just seemed like it's not the biggest story out that Young Scooter is gone. It was all over the blogs, but every day that keep passing, it seemed like, so yeah, that's fucked up. There's a lot going on. There's a lot going on right now. So if you ain't really no big, huge name and something happened to you right now, they'll speak on your story just like Lotto Savage. He didn't get covered like that. Because when he passed away, it was so much going on. Versus ain't nothing really going on, and then that happened to him. It'd be way more bloggers. If Lotto Savage was the only thing, as far as like a rapper passing, only thing going on, besides like little hip hop drama shit like that, yeah, all the YouTubers would have been on that. Same thing with Young Scooter. If it was just Young Scooter, and it ain't no big UKs, it ain't no Yella Beezy, and Mo3, it ain't none of that. The Ronnie situation, all that stuff, Sauce Walker, Say So P, none of that's going on. Yeah. Young Scooter would be talking about all day, damn near every day for a little minute. They'll really be digging into the story. So yeah, man, that's how social media works. In real life, his family got to deal with it every day. Because his family, they need answers. His friends, his loved ones, they need answers.